Hey there, Amplifiers. We have a wonderful session for you here today, and I'm excited to introduce my guest, Dr. Jean Oursler. Dr. Jean is a speaker, an author, and one of the country's top consultants. She is known for her high energy, spirited but professional, non-salesy style that she uses through customized programs for groups, corporations, and organizations. Dr. Jean interacts with audiences and teaches them how to keep the end game in mind to achieve real results. Welcome to the show, Dr. Jean.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Well, I'm really excited to hear how you get these real results for your clients. But first off, I wanted you to begin by telling our listeners a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Sure. So I'm Dr. Jean, and I'm actually called the Results Queen. My clients crowned me the Results Queen because I'm all about getting people results. So I think it's really important to know what you're looking for and how to achieve that. And that's what we do all the time for all of our clients. So we work with lawyers, accountants, financial advisors, business owners to help them increase their new business development. We actually don't call it sales because people think sales is a 4-letter word. And for our what we call Caveman Brain, and I'm going to talk all about Caveman Brain in a minute, we really want things that will help us in terms of new business development, not hinder us. So we actually teach people how to embrace new business development, love new business development, and then to increase their new business development with just 5 hours a week. You don't need a lot of time. You don't need a lot of energy. You just need to be able to do the right things consistently to be able to increase your new business development. And that's what we do.
That's excellent. And I love the way that you position that. We also work with a lot of advisors as well. And we see that sales it's a word that you don't want to bring up to them. You know, you can kind of see them crawl back and they're like, no, not sales, not sales. They don't want to hear about that.
I didn't get into this business to be a salesperson, Jean. I don't want to be the used car salesman. I don't want to come off as pushy, salesy, aggressive, and I don't want to be judged. And we're like, yeah, none of that happens in our system. You feel really confident and good because if you don't feel confident and good in new business development, the person across the table can actually smell it, and then they don't want to work with you. And there's lots of things that we are taught that really hurt us in the new business development process that once we unlearn them, we can be really fabulous at making friends, offering solutions, facilitating people to us to a place of an outcome and a result that they're looking for, and to help people, not necessarily just to sell them something, because who wants to do that? Oof.
Right. It's all about helping. And you mentioned before that obviously these advisors, these B2B professionals, they may not like sales, but what's the challenge behind that? The sales is a surface level problem, but what happens if they're not doing those things to increase their business development?
So we have something called, it's interesting because this actually came from my challenge. There was a point in my career where I couldn't go out and get more sales. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. So I hired 4 different coaches to help me because I couldn't figure out what was I going to do to break through. And one of them happened to be a Harvard neuroscientist. And I learned about the amygdala, which is our internal protection system. Think about like fight, flight, or freeze. And because of what I was thinking, that was actually holding me back from being more successful. And once I started to explore what the brain was all about and how our brain operates, I started to figure out how to hack my brain in a sense. And we started to figure out how I could overcome to be much more better at new business development. And I actually decided that I'd go out and get a PhD in this. So I have a PhD in business psychology. And I created something called Caveman Brain. So we have the Caveman Brain system, and it's all about understanding how your brain works in terms of new business development, and then embracing that and being able to overcome it. So we actually talk about skill set, mindset, and toolkit. You need those 3 things to be successful in new business development. Now, some people talk about mindset, some people talk about skill set, some people will offer you different tools. You need all 3 of them to be able to be successful in new business development. And once you learn those things, you'll find that Caveman Brain shows up in all these different places all the time. And I get our clients say all the time, they say, Jean, I have Caveman Brain, or I'm Caveman Braining right now. So it's become a noun and a verb and an adverb. And once you understand your Caveman Brain, then you can figure out why it's protecting you, because you don't want to be pushy, salesy, aggressive, If you decide that you're not going to be that way and talk to your brain, which sounds kind of crazy in some ways, but there's this internal voice that really holds us back from being super successful. And once we can tame that, you can never get rid of it, because it's there to help you. It's there to protect you. But like when we were cavemen in those days, like when the bushes rustled, we would think, oh my God, we have to run away because it's a saber-toothed tiger. Well, there's not much that will kill us nowadays. And our brains only know what we see and what we hear. So if we say things like, I really hate sales, then the brain's going to be like, okay, you hate sales. But if you say to yourself, like, I'm really good at helping people and helping them find a solution, which a lot of business professionals are good at that, and people come to them for their help, then I'm here to help you for a solution. It may not be me, it might be somebody else, but that's okay. So when you understand those, just a couple of things around your caveman brain, it really opens up yourself and your floodgates and the new business development that you really want to make yourself super successful.
I love that. And I think we've all heard that there are things that happen that we have our subconscious mind respond to, but we really don't know how to change those thoughts or how to work with our own mind to overcome that. So it's really great that you have a structure that people can work with to find how they can control it, but also how they can work with it so that they can get results that they're looking for.
Yep. So at the end of the day, it's always about a mindset, right? Skill set, tool set, and what results are you looking for? So we have a lot of people who come to us, either they're what we call elite athletes, like they're on the cutting edge and they want to be on the cutting edge. They're like me, they're starting to slip back and they're not sure where to go to make it better. Or we get people who have become stuck and they're gonna have to get unstuck. So one of those people is how they show up. People in the middle don't ever actually come. They think everything's fine. So for example, this morning I was talking to one of our financial advisors, and she came to me and she said to me, how do I approach this person? Like, what am I going to say to get them to say yes to me? And I don't want to come off in this email like, oh my God, please see me. Please help me. Please come, please take my appointment. And one of the things we talk about is, well, what is it that the other person is thinking? What is it the other person what do they need? What are they looking for? Why would they want to meet with you? What's the benefit to them? And especially in this pandemic situation, there's so many times when people now they're tired, they don't want to hear a lot of information, and they just want to get help and they don't know how to get help. So you have to be very focused on your target audience, know exactly who they are. So we talked about, who is her target audience? She needs to know them like their science science project. What's their pains, their fears, their frustrations, and then be able to go after those frustrations to be able to solve them for them. So for example, her target audience happens to be lawyers, and they happen to be newly minted partners. And if you think about partners, people who are newly minted partners, they have some really interesting challenges. So she was able to address the challenge in the email to say, hey, welcome to being a newly minted partner. I wanted to congratulate you. Here's some things that you might experience that I don't want for you because your financial future is so important. And she sent that email, and then she got a response back that said, oh my God, you're so right. I mean, people like when they understand where you're coming from. And she got the appointment. So the fact is that just little things like that can make a big difference. And one of the things that we often say to people is, what is it that you're looking for? How do you want to achieve it? And how do you do it in the way that's you? That's what's so great about our Caveman Brain system, is that we'll teach you the system and then you customize it to how it fits you. And that's the most important thing, because if you're not being genuine and what we could say whole head, whole heart, whole hand, then you're never going to be successful in new business development.
Hey there, this is Kenny from Growth Amplifiers, here to ensure you get your awesome ideas into action to grow and improve your business and achieve your full potential. Take the first step by visiting growthamplifiers.com and clicking the Start Here button. Take the assessment to get your personalized score. Then select from free resources to learn how to improve your score. Don't wait. Be proactive and take action now by visiting growthamplifiers.com and clicking the Start Here button. And always keep on amplifying. Now, let's get back to the show.
I love that. I think we've all seen that things happen and we have our subconscious mind responding, but we really don't know how to identify or change how that happens and really work with our mind to overcome it. So I think it's really incredible that you have a structure that you can use with people to help them, not only find how they can control it, but where they can work with it so that they can start to get the results that they're looking for.
That's why we say know them like your science project. I mean, when we were kids, we knew everything about volcanoes. So many people say, like, I'm looking for, in financial advising, I'm looking for high net worth individuals. Well, how do you find them? Right? If I said that to you, you'd be like, it's like a hockey puck. It hits the goalpost and off it goes. But if you can describe that person to say, like, I'm looking for someone who has these types of challenges, has these types of frustrations. We were just working with a law firm. They are looking for business owners. And so we've talked about business owners who are in crisis around the fact that they got the Department of Labor knock on the door and they don't know how to deal with it. So like, that's very specific. But the fact is that lots of us as business owners get the knock on the door from the Department of Labor every single day. And we're like, what do we do? Right? So it's very counterintuitive in new business development because we think we should be broad and everyone should be our client, but that means that no one's our client. The more you niche, the more likely you'll be successful. And that, as I said, is counterintuitive because we think we should be everything to everyone. No, pick something that you're really good at and you like and that you understand and that you can be an expert at, and then be able to go out and talk to people who have that challenge, and you'll be able to help them so much better. One other thing I wanted to say is that often when we're in the new business development conversation, we actually talk it about as potential clients, not prospects, because we think prospects is an icky word. Because don't you want a potential client? Doesn't that sound nice? Don't solve all their problems. Ask them what their challenges are, get all of them in one shot, and then say which one's the most important, and then go really narrow and deep on like one challenge. And when they say, well, how would you solve the other ones? Then you say something like, well, that's why people work with me. Because when you solve all their challenges in the meeting, because you're trying to look smart, we actually call that smart person syndrome, then there's no reason for them to work with you. So there are things like that, because we want to look smart, we want to solve all your problems, and then you're going to want to work with me. That actually works against us as opposed to helping us close the business. So there's lots of things, whether you're lead genning or you're nurturing or you're closing, that's really important in terms of new business development. And the other thing is that in our system, things that we'll teach is like 6 killer questions. It's like so many people say to us, I don't know what to say. Really? Okay. So, and I was in that place too, where I didn't know what to say. And I used to have like 100 questions. I boiled it down to 6 questions. And if you say all 6 questions, ask all 6 questions, you'll be able to actually close the business. And I have a client who calls them the 6 killer questions. That's why we call them 6 killer questions. So that's the other thing that you can learn from the system. So there's lots of things that I've done that I figured out that we want to teach other people so they don't have to go through my trials and tribulations.
It's the speed of learning, right? You learn from others' mistakes, and that way you can bypass some of those challenges and roadblocks and get to results quicker. I love that. Dr. Jean, these are incredible insights. For those in our audience who are sitting back and they're listening and they say, hey, I would love to learn more about Dr. Jean and the Caveman Brain system, where can they go to learn more about you and your business, and what the first step that they should take?
So believe it or not, you can just go to cavemanbrain.com. That's all you need to do. And you'll learn everything about our system. We actually have a free download for all of you because we believe that with just 5 hours a week, you can increase your new business development. So if you go to cavemanbrain.com and then 5 hours a week, and then put a little hyphen. So 5-a-week-, so 5 hours a week, you'll get a free download that you can then, and it will tell you exactly what to do in your 5 hours so that you can increase new business development. We tend to make things really complicated. It's really super easy. I know I say that and my clients are like, it's not. I'm like, yeah, actually it is. If you just think it is, it will be. So we want to offer you free tools like that so that you can make it you can be super successful as well.
That's a very generous offer. So listeners out there, if this resonates with you, please visit cavemanbrain.com. Dr. Jean, we appreciate you being on the show today, and we look forward to connecting with you again very soon. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me today. I really appreciate it. Good luck to everyone.
To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.